there is no shortage online of people sharing their enlightenment experiences, their kundalini awakenings, their out of body experiences. And I am sure that some of them or many of them are actual, genuine experiences. And I am very happy for these people who have experienced these things. I personally have not had any of these big spiritual or mystical experiences. And I want to say in this episode that if you also have not experienced any of these big enlightening experiences, then please do not be discouraged, do not be demotivated. Not having such experiences does not mean that you are not progressing on your spiritual journey, that you're doing something wrong, or you're not, quote unquote, getting it. Maybe instead of one big awakening experience, you have had many, many awakenings over the course of your life. And that is the case with me as well. I know I have grown and changed a lot, especially over the last 10 years. And it has just been small changes, mini spiritual experiences. And I'm going to share them a little bit later. I'm going to share exactly what those experiences were. But I do want to say that I have, for a brief period of time, also wanted to experience such mystical experiences. And but I'm very glad that I quickly stopped chasing them, because I realized that the more I chase them, the less likely I am to experience them. And also my trust in divine timing and everything happening perfectly at the perfect time has been increasing. And so I know that if I haven't had such an experience, it is because either I am not ready for it or I don't need it. It's not for everyone. It's not a prerequisite to progress on the spiritual path. So I hope that's encouraging if you have been feeling like something is missing in your spiritual journey because of the lack of such big spiritual experiences. So now let me share with you some of my ordinary spiritual experiences, or I can call them mini awakening experiences. Usually, when something like this happens to me, I get tears of joy and love in my eyes. And this has happened to me with a variety of things. It has happened to me during meditation when I just felt a feeling of love and connection, divine love perhaps, and I started tearing up and I just felt like everything is okay and all my worries can just go away and they do not matter in this moment. Also, when I see a sunset or a sunrise or the moon, sometimes I tear up, and it just deeply touches my soul, and I would call that a spiritual experiences. Sometimes it has happened when I made eye contact with a deer in my backyard. It has also happened while listening to spiritual music or kirtan. I specifically remember the first time I watched Annie Ahluwalia's YouTube video where she's singing the Anand Sahib. I am watching this video and it has the English lyrics, the English translation, and I just teared up so much. It just touched my heart so deeply. I would call that a spiritual experience as well. And sometimes it's just when I experience the creativity expressed through another human. For example, it could be when I came across a quote. For example, this quote by Rumi, which is, "That which you seek is seeking you." When I heard this, it touched my soul and I had tears because it just made me feel that I'm wanting a connection with the divine, with God, with something bigger. So if I am seeking that, that divine, that God is also seeking me, is also wanting to connect with me. And somehow that reading that quote made me tear up. And sometimes when I will listen to a really great piece of music, it could be spiritual or just regular music, I will feel that same thing. And recently I was in my daughter's winter Christmas concert, band concert, and just seeing the little kids play music, and even though they were making mistakes, but it was just so there was something like very innocent about it, and it just made me tear up again and made me smile, because I was like, wow, this is also the play of God. This is so beautiful. This is music, this is creativity, and I see God in all these kids who are playing, and how beautiful that they are like connected with their instrument. Another example that I want to share that is a bit different from what I've shared so far is the experience of oneness. Mostly when people share their experience of oneness, what I have heard online is that I felt one with, the every other human being and the trees and all the planets, or something like that, where the boundaries vanished between where their body ends and then their surroundings start. Like they just felt like they were the whole thing, the whole universe. That is what I have heard from other people when they shared their oneness or their enlightenment experience. I experienced oneness in a different kind of way. I think it was a couple of years ago. I was sad. I was just having a very sad day. And I was laying on the couch. I was maybe crying, or maybe I was done crying and laying down after crying. And I just experienced very deep sadness, deeper than I have ever felt before, or one of the deepest sadnesses that I have felt in my life. And while feeling that, somehow I just had this experience that this is how really depressed people must feel. This is how the people who come close to or do end up taking their lives, I wonder if this is how they feel. And it's almost like I felt their pain, and I felt connected, and I felt like the whole world is suffering and I am experiencing this pain. And it almost felt like I'm experiencing not just my pain, but everybody's pain. So that gave me some relief. Maybe relief is not the right word, but there was like a one tipping point kind of moment where it became from my sadness to the whole world's sadness. And that just again brought some tears of love and connection and oneness to my eyes. So I just want to say that these experiences may not sound very very big, very mystical, very out of this world, but I do think that some people, perhaps they experience their awakening or their enlightenment in these mini experiences. So I have come to believe that spiritual experiences can be ordinary. They don't always have to be these big kundalini awakenings or third eye opening and out of body experiences. They can be in these little things, as simple as seeing a sunset and feeling a sense of connection with God and with nature. So I want to now hear from you. What have your awakening experiences been like? Have you experienced something big, or have you experienced these small, tiny awakenings? And if yes, then please share your tiny awakening experiences.